Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for morning manna, and this morning we are one day away. One day away. Can I say it again? One day away from when my book is going to be released. I'm so excited about it. But more than that, this morning is all about the storms don't stop the call. The storm doesn't stop the call. You have seen that this past weekend we had a for real storm. I mean, it was a real storm, and the evidence of that is still all around the church and all around the community. But the fact of the matter is this: it doesn't stop the call. It didn't stop the call Sunday. It won't stop the call Monday. It will not stop the call forever. And I'm so thankful and grateful that my book really prepared me for things like this. For things like this, it prepared me, and I believe it's going to prepare you too. Not a coincidence. Not a coincidence, and we'll get more into that in a moment. Let me greet some folk on this morning. How is everybody on this morning? How did you make it through the storm? Put it in the chat area. How did you make it through the storm? How are things there? And this morning, as I have said, the storm don't stop the call. It doesn't, and it didn't. How many of you watch Sunday as well? How many of you watch Sunday? Powerful word from Pastor Mo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Revelation, intelligent, intellectual. That's the word I'm trying to call. And just simply powerful. Called me to a whole different level. Called me to a whole different level. And I'm sure it would have called you to a whole different level as well if you had watched. But how did you make it through the storm? I want to hear from you. The storm didn't stop the call. The storm does not stop the call. That's what we're talking about this morning. And for if there was ever a witness, if there was ever a witness to me and the book, it was this past weekend. It really was. But let me greet some folk and then let me get into the word on this morning. Got to put my spectacles on so I can see. Good morning, Elder Jan. How are you? Gerald, how are you? Laura, how are you? Brenda, how are you? Carolyn, Brenda's sister, how are you on this morning? Pasha, how are you on this morning? Minister Sent, it was good to see you, though it was brief. Though it was brief, just a quick hello. I know I was in and out, but it was such a wonderful homegoing service. It really was. It was, and Pastor Wallace did an outstanding job with the eulogy, the whole thing. Just wish I could have spent more time with you guys, but I'll be back. I'll be back. Good morning, Brother Verena. How are you on this morning? I'll get it out. Good morning, Brother Pope. How are you? Arlene, how are you? Valerie, how are you on this morning? Lydia, how are you on this morning? Pamela, how are you? Elder Jan, how are you doing on this morning? I want to know that's right. You got it. The storm doesn't stop the call. The storm doesn't stop the call. Good morning, Vicky. How are you on this morning? It's a great morning. Ann, how are you on this morning? Thank you for volunteering. And we're gonna have, you know what? I'm telling you, one of the best decorators in all the world, right there, is Ann, and putting together the atrium that is going to be night. Y'all are invited. Don't miss it. It's after church this Sunday. It's after church this coming Sunday. The book signing. It's right there on the screen. The books. You got to order your book. You got to order your book. It'll get in before then. Order it. So Bishop, I've already ordered. Well, order another one. I've ordered another. Order a third one. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes, give it away. And there's going to be giveaways, there's going to be live music, it's going to be food, the whole nine. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Good morning, Elder Mobley. How are you on this morning? Gloria, how are you? Dawn, how are you? Patrice, how are you? Samar, how are you? Sheree, how are you on this morning? LaFawn, how are you on this morning? James, how are you? Linda, how are you doing on this morning? Linda, have you got your book yet? Don't let your mother buy yours. You get your own. Get your own. Good morning, Ella. How are you on this morning? Lenore, how are you? Francine, how are you on this morning? I got to call you and Elder. Make sure y'all are doing okay. That's right. Good morning, Liz. How are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is. This morning, Cynthia, it is all about, Brother Joe, this. The storm don't stop, does not stop, will not stop the call. There's a call on your life to lead. There's a call on your life to do the things that God has called you to do. And no storm can stop it. But I tell you this, you got to get prepared. You got to get prepared. And this is going to help you get prepared right here. I was prepared. I was prepared. I would not have wanted it to be what it did to the steeple and the external things of the church. But I tell you what, I was prepared. How many of you know storms are going to come your way? You got to get prepared for that. Good morning, Joel. How are you on this morning? Linda, what are you talking about? You haven't ordered it yet. What is the problem here? There's an issue here. Good morning, Gloria. How are you? We're going to take away your hall pass for that if you haven't ordered it yet. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. One day before, I'm excited about it and inviting you to the whole signing. But this morning, let's just take 5 minutes or less. The storm will not stop the call on your life. It won't. Romans 8:28. And we are self-evident of that at New Life this weekend. Romans 8:28 says this: all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. According to his purpose. I line my purpose up with his purpose. Many are the plans of man, but it is God's purpose that will prevail. When I do that, storms are going to come. And how am I going to overcome them? Because, you can't stop them from coming. They're going to come. Know that they are your launching pad. My book is a survival manual on that. It's a playbook on how I need to be mentally tough to get through the things that we're dealing with right now. There's 3 things I want you to get. 3 things. The first is this: you were built for this. I was built for this. I was built for this. When I got off the plane, I had gone to North Carolina. Pastor Wallace's wife, Net, First Lady Net, her father passed away. I was going to be with them on the homegoing in North Carolina, in the Fayetteville area there. Roseboro is where I went. Got off the plane, we went there. Story, and I'm going to come back. And then we were coming back and getting back to the airport and all of that. In and out. Got back late Saturday night. And I asked my armor bearer, Elder Corey, said, take me to the church. I want to see. I saw pictures, but I wanted to see. It's dark. Yes, it is dark. Can't hardly see, but I needed to be there because part of it is I was prepared for the moment. Prepared for the moment. Built for this moment. Built for the moment. And you are as well. Every storm just proves your strength. Every storm proves your strength. Second thing is this: leadership matters. If you quit, everybody that's following you is going to suffer. What if I had just said, you know what? The steeple is off, siding is off, whatever the case may be. There's debris everywhere. There's no lights. There's no electricity. There is no streaming at the church. What if we just said, you know what? I'm folding. It's over. We're just going to sleep in. Then hundreds of people would have been affected. Leadership matters. It matters. Here's the third thing I want you to get a hold of. Tomorrow is your shift. Why is tomorrow your shift? Because tomorrow is when you get the playbook. You get the playbook and you see, how do I look at emotional storms? How do I look at financial storms? How do I look at spiritual storms? How do I look at literal physical storms and get through them? There's a shift. There's a shift. The storm didn't come to break you. It came to make you. That's your takeaway. The storm didn't come to break you. It came to make you. Exactly right. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna, because today is Christmas Eve and tomorrow is Christmas, with respect to preparing for the storm. God bless you. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye now.